Life and Money here with another video. It's like not, but hey guys, today I'm here with another video. And earlier, why did I just do that? Earlier when I was eating or whatever, it really came to my brain, and I was just like, man, I need to do a video on the mental health of like being an entrepreneur and things like that, because every time people talk about entrepreneurship, the only thing they talk about is like, you need to have this much money, you need to find this vendor, you need to do this, you need to have a factory, and da da da. Like, people don't really speak on the mental part of being an entrepreneur. So I just thought of the topic of, are you mentally ready to be an entrepreneur? Mentally, not physically, not financially, mentally and emotionally ready to be an entrepreneur. And I think that's very important, and that's something that people don't really talk about like that. Because to me, when you're an entrepreneur, y'all, I've been in business for 8 years. I've been working for myself for pretty much, I would say 6, because the first 2 years I was like trying to work at this place and that place, and I was younger. So the difference from having your own business or being an entrepreneur and having a 9-to-5 is like, I feel like business never stops. I feel like work never stops. And even when you think you're not working or you on vacation or whatever, sometimes you might be like, you know what, let me just take care of this real quick. And you end up realizing you're not even having fun when you're out. You're not even paying attention. You're over here still doing business. Like, you're with a 9-to-5. After 5 o'clock, I clock out. Bye, I'm gone. Do not talk to me about no work after 5 o'clock. I have my kids, I have my husband. You know, that's how most people that have a 9-to-5 are. It's just like, after 5, I don't care. Don't talk to me about work. But I can't say, hey, it's after 5, leave me alone. Like, you know, like, even if I have business hours, people sometimes still are going to text and be like, hey, I'm sorry to text you past your business hours, you can text back tomorrow. But they're not really realizing, you text me now, I feel like I need to respond now. Now I'll even want to respond now, because when it comes to your business, you're more sensitive. If you're not working for someone else, you're more sensitive, because this is your name on the business. This is you that people see. When you hear Hairstyles by Monty, you hear me. When you see whatever, all of that, you see me first. You don't think about, oh, Moni probably has so many things to do. No, nobody cares. They don't care about that. Like, it's just so much I have to say. Like, entrepreneurship is very mentally draining, especially being a small business owner. I know y'all be seeing people on social media and things like that. As soon as someone don't get their package on time or something happens, you're a scammer, you're a scammer. People dispute packages. I luckily haven't had nobody dispute any of my, have I had? No, I've never had nobody dispute any of my stuff, but a lot of business owners have people dispute. Imagine working so hard, investing in your business, and someone disputed and get all their money back, and you lost money. That hurts. That really hurts as a business owner. I don't think people see how much that hurts. And especially as a small business owners, people like Forever 21 and Pretty Little Things, they don't care if you dispute all day, because they have so many orders and so much money coming in. But for a small business owner, that kind of hurts. But for me, yeah, even when it hurts, I'm super huge on customer service. So when you have your own business, you're gonna figure out what's the most important to you. Some people just are really obsessed with quality, and they're like, if I'm giving you bomb quality, shut up, basically. But no, like, I really care about quality and customer service. Customer service is so important to me, because I've realized sometimes people may not even like what you sell or something, or they might not even be interested, but they like your personality so much, or they like who you are so much, that they're gonna purchase the item or they're gonna buy something. So you have to know that. You need to realize that. Y'all, it's so much that goes into entrepreneurship. It's crazy. You have to want to be the face of your own brand. Like, that's how I always feel. You shouldn't have 800 different models and things like that. When people see, hey, when people, let's say if your business name is Tailored by Ann. When people see Tailored by Ann, they want to be able to know, oh, that's Ann that sells clothes. That's Ann that do nails, or, you know, things like that. You want to always be the face of your own business. That's how I feel. So entrepreneurship, to me, if you're doing hair or you're selling hair, your hair needs to be done. That's stressful for someone, or mentally draining, to always look up to par. When you're representing a business, I'm sorry, it's no way you should be going out looking crazy. It's not. I don't think that's possible. I know we're human, but I don't think we should do that. So that can be mentally draining or just, you know, frustrating for people. I feel like people are harder on smaller businesses also because people will DM someone or block them or call them a scammer or whatever. I've never been called that, but I see people do that. They would do that in a hurry to a small business owner. But you guys never DM Pretty Little Things or all these Fashion Over or whatever and be like, you're a scammer. Like, y'all don't do that much. Y'all might email them politely, or y'all might even just tweet it and not contact them directly. But for a small business, y'all, people be going in. People expect so high, which they shouldn't. Expect nothing less, especially when you're selling something expensive. Like, my products are expensive, my hair is expensive, things like that. You know, what I sell is not cheap. So I know people expect something super huge, like a crazy great customer service. But y'all have to realize also, people need to realize also, we are human, we do make mistakes. So instead of you cussing us out and disputing, why don't you email, hey Monty, I got my tracking late, or I got my like package, like where is it, you know? But some people just don't know how to communicate, and that's literally just it. You can't help that. You can't change the way someone communicates. That's not possible. When you first are coming up in your business, you're not gonna be booked all day long. You're not gonna have a million sales a day. So you have to be emotionally ready to be broke sometimes. Y'all know I hate the word broke, but you have to be emotionally ready to be down sometimes. Like, you have to be emotionally ready to know that, oh, today I might not make $2,000 and I made $5,000 yesterday. Like, you know, you have to know that every single day is different with business. Even big companies, like, even though of course they're making money, but sometimes one day they're making so much, the other day is not as much. They're good because they're bigger, of course, but you have to be ready for that in entrepreneurship. That can really mess up someone's brain. Imagine, even that sounds really dramatic, but I'm dead serious. Like, imagine making $10,000 this week and next week you make 200. Okay. Literally, that's how entrepreneurship is. Like, I luckily have a great clientele and consistent clientele, and I have people who always order here, but my business still flippy flop. Like, my business is still all over the place. I'm gonna make this much this week, and I'm like, hey, ball out, hey, making this money, and next week I don't make as much. So you have to know how. That's why I always stress saving as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. I always stress that. Sometimes you might be so stressed about how the money fluctuates that you might get depressed. That can be very depressing. It's not like a 9 to 5 where you know you're gonna get this much this week, you know you're gonna get that much. What if the next week you don't even get any orders, or the next week you don't get any client? What you gonna do, cry? You can't cry. You just gotta keep moving. You gotta keep going. It's no crying about that. Like, literally, you just have to keep on going. That's one thing that's very important. Oh my gosh, I remember when I first started out, I would have like one client a month, then I'll have like one client a week. Okay, then I had like 2 clients a week, and I was like 8. Then I had like 3 clients a week. Then I got clients every single day, and I've been having clients every single day consistently for probably did I want to slice it? No, 3 years straight probably. I've had a client every single day consistently. I probably have like 2 days where I didn't work or something. That's because someone canceled, like people canceled that day last minute or something like that. But literally, you have to be ready for that. That's just what entrepreneurship is. Even now that I'm making good money in my business, I still have bad weeks. I still have bad days, or what is considered bad to me, of course. You know, I know some people, they would love to, my bad day would be their good day, but for my business, that's my bad day, you know? So we all have our different levels of bad days, I guess. So that's one thing with entrepreneurship for sure. People don't really talk about this much, but I've noticed you have to notice this for entrepreneurship. When you're selling a product, or you have a manufacturer overseas or anything like that, sometimes it's not always you, sometimes it's them. And it's so stressful and frustrating talking to people overseas when you live here, and it makes your business look bad. Let's say if I was selling like my handbags, let's say the quality is so bomb, ooh, the best quality handbags, and then my manufacturer started being cheap. I'm just giving an example, this isn't what happens. And then let's say my manufacturer started being cheap, and the quality of the bag's lower. Now my clients is texting me, or my customers is texting me like, hey, the bag just broke. Hey, the bag isn't strong. Hey, what's going on with your quality? You know, so now you look bad as a person. So that's another thing with entrepreneurship. The blame will always be on who they see. They don't care that the manufacturer overseas messed it up, and they don't care, y'all. They just want their product. So you have to always test out your product. If you're selling lip gloss, always open a new pack of lip gloss every probably 3-4 months or so to make sure, is my lip gloss formula still the same? Are they lying to me overseas? That's one thing people don't talk about. Overseas, that can be so emotionally, that's an emotional wreck dealing with people overseas. Like, you can legit break down crying, because it's just like, I'm doing my job, I'm paying you your money, do your job. So now if you don't do your job, I look bad, and now my clients are cussing me out, or now my customers are cussing me out, you know? So that's another thing that can be emotionally stressful and draining with entrepreneurship. Another thing people don't talk about, how like during the first year or 2 of your business, you're going to be spending so much money, you might not make as much back. But that's all part of business, and that's all part of being the boss. The boss is not going to see the results in one day. They're not going to see the outcome in 1 second. You might have to put in money for packages, for packaging, I mean logo, your website, your labels, your bags. If someone's coming into the store, like, you spend so much that you don't see the results till like a year after, honestly. And that's something people don't tell you. They show you, oh, just started a business, okay, next day got a Mercedes-Benz. No, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen overnight. It's hard work and definitely dedication. So I just want y'all to keep going. Don't be scared, but just make sure you're mentally and emotionally ready to be an entrepreneur. Do not think it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. It's so many days that I cried, so many days that I'm just like, okay, is this really what I want to do? It's after college, I'm just like, should I use my degree? Like, it's so stressful, but it's such a blessing. It's also such a blessing. Like, I'm not even going to say only bad things. I love being able to make my own schedule. I love being able to take off a vacation without asking someone. I love being able to control how much I make, because I have so much clientele. I can block off 2-3 days and say, I want to be off this much, and I don't mind making like this blah 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 amount of money this week. Okay, no, I gotta make more money the next week. Like, you know, like right now I'm just taking extra clients because I'm trying to make more money. You know, you get to really control how much you make when you get to a certain level. And that's one thing I will say. I love entrepreneurship because of that. I love being able to do things when I want to. I would never cancel a client that has an appointment already if it's not in advance, but we are capable of doing that. You can't go to work or wake up and say, not today, don't feel like it. But I can legit say, not today, don't feel like it. I've never done that, but I can. But that's all I have to say, y'all. Keep going, be strong, and you can definitely do it. Open that business, you know. Sometimes I feel like some people, we can even get therapy. Therapy definitely helps. Like, oh my god, I keep saying I'm gonna close this video, but also entrepreneurship comes with physical pain too. Like, especially depending on what you're doing. Like, my body aches sometimes. Like, oh, it's a lot that goes into it, but you can definitely do it. But anyways, that's it. I don't want to hold y'all up. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.